This is my day in court. That's the feeling of many consumers who are the victims of abuse. But even after that long-awaited day in court, what may have seemed like an easy victory turns into frustrating defeat. During the next 4 nights, Action 2's Ellen Jaffe profiles victims who took their cases to small claims court and lost in one way or another.
Small claims court, Kim, can be a viable way of settling a dispute. If a claim is less than $1,000, you can get your case heard in a few months after filing a lawsuit. Tonight, we begin with the garbage tie case, the story of a woman who thought her case was born to win. In August of 1983, Kathy Trillin took her family car to Manchester Standard for $1,000 worth of repairs, including the installation of a used engine. A month later, and $100 more, Trillin had the car towed back to the gas station twice because the car wouldn't start. According to 4 affidavits obtained later, mechanics at different repair shops stated, quote, an old coil was left in the engine and then a new one attached to a heater hose with plastic trash bag twist ties, unquote. Trillin also hired an automotive expert who prepared a searing 3-page report calling the gas station, quote, negligent in its engine selection and incompetent in some mechanical functions concerning its installation, unquote. Manchester Standard's president, Herman Heitz.
No, it wasn't twist ties. I took it off of there myself. It was a Teflon wire tie, which are strong enough that a man can swing off of one. It was not a trash bag. The coil was extremely hard to get to, and rather than go through all the effort of putting the coil on securely, we just wanted her to try it.
Heitz said he told the customer the ties were only temporary.
She was told at the time that it was just a temporary repair. Excuse me, a temporary repair, and that she would have to get it back to get the coil mounted on properly.
But in another part of our interview, Heitz told us a different story.
So we put a coil on. We explained to this Kathy Trillin that we put the coil on and it would take care of her problems and that she should try it. If she has any more problems, to check back with us.
Now, the receipt doesn't say anything about it being a temporary repair or that she should bring it back a week later.
It doesn't even say anything about us putting a coil on it, but that's what we did.
Trillin says she drove the car little until a state inspection in the spring, which revealed the garbage ties. The car failed inspection and Trillin filed her small claims court suit well within the 5-year statute of limitations. But according to Trillin and the station owner, the judge saw that it had already been a year, heard the case for 5 minutes, looked at one receipt, and ruled in favor of the gas station. Trillin was angry that the judge didn't look at her affidavits and experts' report.
I set it in front of him, and he didn't so much as touch it. So he didn't see one piece of evidence. He didn't see any of the sworn testimony that we had. He saw nothing. All that work, all that research, all that trying to do things according to the rules that we're told we're supposed to follow, and then I get up there and in less than 5 minutes, it's all over. He made his judgment right then and there. That was it.
I asked Judicial Administrative Director Robert Ruland how much time judges usually spend on a case.
Not enough time to make the people happy.
Ruland admits caseloads are heavy, but some judges do spend less time on cases than other judges.
If you're going to run through 20 of them in half an hour, no one's going to feel they got a fair shake.
The judge in the garbage tie case, Tony Eberwein, declined an on-camera interview. Judge Robert Cohen, who has been a small claims court spokesman, did agree to talk, but not about the specific case.
When you have 30 or 40 small claims cases on the docket for that afternoon or that day, you must realize as a judge that you have an obligation to move the docket along and give other people the fair opportunity to be heard too.
Within 10 days of the decision, Trillin could have paid another $70 to appeal the decision. She did not. Tomorrow, Kim, we'll have the case of a small claims court winner who's really a loser.
This is awfully discouraging. Thank you, Ellen. The U.S. Supreme Court is taking up the issue of whether